Hi, everybody. This is Gertrude Mache here in Wellington, New Zealand. I'm sorry I didn't come to camera yesterday. I am recovering from a very strange viral flu, which has left me very, very exhausted and tired. But I'm feeling like myself today, and I decided to focus on the lessons I learned while dying. Now, some of you may know that I have been recovering from congestive heart failure. And when I collapsed in a rice field in Bali on the 27th of June this year, I experienced what it is to die. Dying is like losing your breath, and you can't get your breath back no matter how hard you try. I learned at that point, as I was fighting to get my breath back, that you can't beat death. You can dance with him every once in a while. And I realized that when we jump into this birthday suit that we call our bodies, no one is leaving Earth alive. We're all going to leave someday, and you don't know what day that will be. So you have to remember that you're living on borrowed time. This time is not ours. This time is a gift. And when you walk in a graveyard and look at all the graves of the people who have passed before us, one of the things you have to realize is the day that they passed, they did not know when that day was coming. So we live on borrowed time, and our bodies are just birthday suits that we were gifted so that we could come into existence, do some wonderful things, and then leave. I also learned while I was ill in Bali that the children of the world belong to all of us. And by this I mean take care and pay attention to little children wherever you are, especially the most disadvantaged children. So as I've been traveling around the world, one of the things I've done is I look for orphanages wherever I go. And I try and donate, I try and contribute some money towards children in need. And the first time I visited Bali was in 2004 or 2003. I'd gone there for a conference, and I decided to get there a day before and contribute by visiting an orphanage and spending some time at an orphanage and donating some money to disadvantaged children. I met a young girl, in fact, there were 4 young girls in this orphanage who had turned 18 and were stuck because they didn't have money to send them for vocational training. And when I found out how much money was needed, it was only $500 a year. So I came back to New Zealand, I raised some funds and sponsored 4 girls in that orphanage to go to college. 7 years later, one of the girls found me through Facebook. Her name is Toy. She is my Balinese daughter. And every time I go to Bali now, she is my go-to person. And Toy was there for me the day after I collapsed in a foreign country by myself. And I didn't feel like I was alone at all. The other thing I learned through dying was that everybody who crosses your path is there for a reason. And if you pay a little bit of attention to people, magical things can happen. I remember I hired a taxi driver for the week who was driving me around Bali. Very nice man who, in our conversations, I happened to ask him if he owned the taxi that he was driving, and he said no, it belonged to his brother-in-law. And I realized that he wouldn't be earning a lot of money if the taxi wasn't his. So I decided to pay him an extra $10 every day for his services. Little did I know that when I collapsed, he would be the one person who would run around and take care of me. I remember him coming to the hospital that first day and sitting at my bedside and telling me that I was not alone. He said to me, "Gertrude, I'm your brother." He explained that the money that I had given him, the extra $10 a day that week, had helped him pay for school fees for his kids. He had bought them stationery and shoes. And just one small random act of kindness came back in the same week from somebody I gave unconditionally without even thinking about what I was actually doing or the impact of what I had done. I remember he would come to the hospital every day for the 2 weeks I was there with his wife and his children, and his little 4-year-old daughter would dance for me. She told me she wanted to be a doctor, but until she learned how to be a doctor, she was going to heal me with dancing and song. It was just absolutely magical. So I have put his name was Newman, in the notes. If you ever go to Bali and you want a reliable, honest taxi driver, Newman is your man. So live each day as if it were your last. Our days are numbered. We don't know the day that we are going to check out. And remember to tell all the people that you love them as often as you can. I remember in that moment when I was losing my breath, thinking of all the things I wanted to say to my children. And so I got out my phone and I recorded letters to the key people in my life. And I sent them to my friend Ruth in Zimbabwe to type them up for me. And Ruth, I have to thank you for doing that, because I pulled out those recordings and those letters yesterday. I never gave them to my kids, but I think that's going to be a Christmas present to them this year, of all of those last thoughts that came in my mind as my life was slipping away. So tell the people that you love them when you can. Tell them every day. Don't wait until the last minute, because you may not have that opportunity in that last minute. So these are the lessons that I learned while dying. And I hope that I've inspired anybody out there who might be going through any health challenges, or you could be 100% healthy and have just forgotten to connect with the people that you love. And if you are experiencing any other challenges right now, remember that so long as you are 6 feet above the ground, everything is good and everything is possible while you can still breathe. So this is Gertrude. I'm sorry my energy levels are very low today, but I just wanted to reconnect with everybody. I think being ill has also helped me remember what I went through, because it's very easy to forget as well. So thanks for tuning in. Share this video with anybody who needs inspiring today. If you need a life coach, if you need a business coach, get in touch with me. Until tomorrow, bye for now.